The Malaysia My Second Home program, or MM2H, which allows foreigners to stay in the country on a long-term basis, is back after being suspended for over a year. This time with stricter rules that some say will trigger an exodus of not just foreigners, but billions of ringgit from the country. We speak to Dr Carmelo Ferlito from Centre for Market Education to find out if the new tougher conditions bring more harm than good.
People that decided eventually to remain here after having worked as professionals for a few decades, and these people already contributed to development with their businesses by creating employment, creating business opportunities for many. But then if we look more stricto sensu to the retired people, of course these people spend their income here. So restaurants, hospitals, entertainment, whatever dollar they have is spent within the country. And of course, dollars spent in consumption means dollars that create employment. Now we have more or less 50,000 Malaysia Second Home Pass holders. So you imagine, even if they spend an average of 3,000 ringgit a month, it means that we have 150 million ringgit entering the economy every month only for the ordinary expenses.
According to Carmelo, drastic changes to the policy may turn investors and current participants away. Among the new conditions stipulated, participants must stay a minimum of 90 days in the country per year. No minimum stay was needed previously. They must also have a monthly offshore income of at least 40,000 ringgit, up from 10,000 ringgit before. Participants must now have permanent savings of at least 1 million ringgit and a declaration of liquid assets of at least 1.5 million ringgit. The visa's validity have also been cut from 10 years to 5 years.
So somehow Malaysia is sending a message that foreigners are less welcome than what they were before. And this is particularly dangerous now because we are in the middle of a process of multinational companies reshuffling their presence in the region, in particular companies that are moving out from China. And we have countries like Indonesia, then in example, are instead try to facilitate the arrival of foreigners in the country.
Since the program was introduced in 2002, nearly 50,000 foreigners have been granted MM2H long-term passes, one-third of them from China.
Considering this as a natural program for long-term expatriates. So, to obtain a PR status in Malaysia is pretty complicated. So expatriates that look at really a long-term solution, even beyond their employment status, they may find very difficult to remain here. So if we don't want to allow long-term expatriates to become PR, why don't give them a more automatic process to convert their employment pass or their talent corp pass into a second home pass? This, I think, is something that is worth exploring.